morning, friends. A new season brings new hope. We made it through our first pandemic winter, and the sound of birds chirping reminds me of our collective resilience. I started this piece as Mother Earth began to awaken. The sun is melting snow that was once the height of my thighs. The birds greet each morning joyfully, and I, an Anishinaabe painter, am obviously called to work outside. My name is Chief Ladybird, and I'm currently working out of my tiny home art studio in Rama First Nation. A year ago, when COVID began, I was living in the east end of Toronto and drowning in grief. The uncertainty that accompanied the start of a global pandemic displaced me from a life I'd worked so hard for 9 years. I left the res when I was just 18 to go to art school, and I didn't know when I'd be back. All I knew was that I was meant to create art no matter where I ended up. I came home to wait out the pandemic, but the end still hasn't come. My family and I decided that moving back permanently and building an art studio for myself was the healthiest choice. We were right. I now spend my days under an open sky, surrounded by young maples and old pines. I pick medicines with my dad, and I'm learning about our traditional ways. I speak Anishinaabe to myself in my studio, spending more time learning and studying different words and phrases so that I can teach the younger generations. I look up at the stars every night and remind myself of my place within creation. Sometimes I feel so small, but our Anishinaabe cosmologies remind me that everything is interconnected. The seasons, the roots of the trees, the birds who migrate with the movement of the seasons, the little spiders that spin webs in the windows of my studio. We all have a purpose. For this piece, I wanted to paint birds and berries, a visual poem of gratitude for where my journey has brought me. The first birds of spring remind us to stay hopeful. We are surviving now, just as we have always survived. Miigwech.